Hey quilters, welcome to AccuQuilt Live. I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. Thanks so much for joining us today on a Wednesday afternoon. Okay, my good friend Christina, she is homesick, but Leslie's in the house. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing dandy. How are you?
Thank you I'm good. Thanks for coming in on helping
Christina needs to rest.
She does. She's sick. Well, mostly we didn't want Christina to make us sick.
Yeah, I already had the summer cold, so she can have it now.
Yeah, there you go. How are you doing? Are you getting ready for vacation?
I am. I leave today at 3 o'clock to go see family. I'm excited.
Excellent. And you're going to upstate New York, yeah?
Is Buffalo, New York, upstate?
Yep, Buffalo, New York. I don't know. I've been there.
I've been there. I don't know if it's upstate or not.
Our good friends at Aurora Sewing are there.
Yes, they are.
Oh, fun. Oh, good. Well, thanks for joining us today. All right, where is everybody watching from? Oh my gosh, we have Cherry from England. And Jody says she's watching in the car on the way to Iowa. Awesome. Christine, or Leslie, you said that make you sick?
Yes, I can't watch and read things while I'm in the car.
Yes, it's awesome. All right, did you love those quilts images in our intro video? Let's take a closer look at a couple. First, we have Irene S. Okay, Leslie and I tried to figure out what dyes you used to make this.
Yeah,
Leslie.
I have no clue.
Didn't you, Leslie, right? You didn't know either? Okay, so Irene, in the comments section, tell us what dyes you used, because we think it is completely awesome. Okay? Now, Joe, he loves the pineapple dye. That's his favorite. Sandy E. made this beautiful pineapple project. I love the colors of this.
I do too. That's super pretty.
Yeah, different, right, than we normally see in pineapples. And then finally, we have this quote by Teresa P. And Leslie said, hey, that's one of our patterns. And I go, which one? And she goes, I don't know. It's one of our patterns.
I think it is. It looks like one of them.
It does. And it looks like she's used the cube in the companion set corners, because it looks like it has some chisels in there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so the picture of the day is this picture. All right, closers. So last year when we did Christmas in July, we did Christmas stockings, and imagine that. And I got such a hard time because we have a cat named Pearl, and we did not have a Christmas stocking for Pearl. I know, there was such abuse going on here. So before the show, I asked Leslie, and she said, how many cats do you have?
We have 2 cats.
And do they both have Christmas stockings?
They do, and one says, Santa, I've been perfect.
Santa, I've been perfect. I love it. And Justin has 2 cats and 2 dogs, and they all have Christmas stockings. And Joe has how many cats, Joe? 4 cats, and they all have Christmas stockings. And he puts catnip in them, but apparently not till the morning. Because if you put them in at night, they just like tear them apart. So apparently I was the only one who had a pet that did not have a stocking, so I have repented and made one. So here's the question of the day. Do you have a Christmas stocking for your pet? So tell us yes, and then if it's dog or cat, what's their name, okay? All right, so today we're celebrating Christmas in July, and I'm giving away we're gonna talk about how we're gonna make traditional stockings into a modern twist, all right? Download that free pattern at AccuQuilt.com. Okay, so here's some samples. And Leslie, tell us who this designer is, because they're super cool.
That is made, she's one of our quilt designers and go-getters. It's Christina Brinkerhoff from Center Street Quilts.
Christina, is that right?
Yep.
Oh, awesome, look how pretty these are. Okay, so we're gonna make like a modern twist. We're gonna use our English paper piecing die, okay? Our cube. All right, before we get started in talking about Christmas, have you gotten your hands on our newest die to try? The Ghost Sports Medley has 4 distinct shapes that would be incredibly difficult to cut by hand. And it also has it has 5 shapes, not 4. I wrote that wrong. It also has free embroidery files, which is a $22 value. And this die is perfect for all your sports themed projects. And we have limited quantities, and it's only here for a limited time. But next week, we're gonna showcase the Sports Medley die on our AccuQuilt Live, and I'm gonna show you some non-sports themed projects you can make with the Sports Medley die. I love it. Okay, our promo today. Buy one, are you listening to this number? Buy one, get one 70. That's a 70 off. Go cubes, dies, and cutting mats. And Leslie, if they spend $300, what are we going to add to their order for free? No code required.
We're giving them the Go Me.
The Go Me, and that's the starter set. So it has 2 dies, right?
Half square triangle and quarter square triangle.
So proud of you. And a cutting mat and a pattern book. Yeah. Okay. All right. So before we get started about talking about stocking dies, let's talk about the quilt behind Leslie. Okay. So Leslie, what is it called? Do you know?
Go. Oh gosh, I knew.
Go, go, go. Christmas something.
Yeah, I knew. I told Morgan earlier. I forget what it's called.
It's okay. We'll find out for you. So
Go
tell us-
Cube 6-inch holiday medley throw quilt.
There we go. And the 2 shapes that are on it.
It is shape 6, shape 5, shape 2. It looks like
From which cube?
the 6-inch cube.
Yep. And then the applique shapes.
It's the Go holiday medley die.
Right. Okay. So today, if you were to buy that 6-inch cube
Yes.
and order another cube.
Yes, if you ordered the 6, 8, and 9-inch, one of those 3, the second cube would only be $69.
$69. That's a craziness.
Yes.
Okay. And then those applique shapes, do they also have free embroidery downloads?
They do. They all have free embroidery
Right.
downloads.
So that's a $20 value. And, okay, snowflakes. How hard are they to cut by hand, right? Only kindergartners should make snowflakes out of paper. The rest of us should cut it with a die.
Yes.
Okay? All right, so that's a free pattern at AccuQuilt.com. Don't forget to share today. I'm going to give away one of our ghost stocking dies. Share this video on your personal Facebook page for a chance to win. Morgan's going to choose a winner, and Leslie's going to announce it at the end of our show. Now, we also have a second giveaway because it is summer. Share this video for the chance to win an AccuQuilt basic set, which includes this mat, this double-sided mat, and a rotary cutter. All these pieces not included, okay? But a rotary cutter so you can subcut your fabric. Look how fun that is. Okay, so be sure and share. Now, remember quilters, you can always cut 6 layers of quilting cotton with our dies, but for Christmas stockings, think outside the box. Use flannel, felt, denim, even wool. I'm going to tell you to cut 1 or 2 layers of those thicker fabrics. So Leslie, what are your stockings made of for your cats?
I think they're like felt or wool.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't remember.
super easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't make them. We bought them because we bought them
okay.
prior to when I started working here.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm
That's
going to
all
make new ones though eventually.
Right, right. Now, if you're looking for a quick and easy project, you can take this Christmas stocking die, and then you can embellish it using our snowflakes and our reindeer die. Look how cute that is. Okay. Leslie, if they bought the reindeer, how much is the snowflake?
It would only be $10.50.
That's like one of your coffee drinks.
It is one of my coffee drinks.
So for the price of Leslie's coffee drink, you can get that second die. All right? Today we're going to make hexagons, which is one of my all-time favorite shapes. And we're going to use the English paper piecing cube. So Leslie, before I open this up, tell us do people have stockings for their dies? Of course they do, for their pets. Of course
Morgan says that her cat Posey has one. She needs to make one for Pierre,
Okay.
her new puppy.
Okay.
Sharon says, I have stockings for her dog Samson and Penny. They believe in Santa. Donna says when she had indoor pets, she did have stockings for them. Now she has 3 horses and 3 dogs, and all are outside, so no stockings.
Oh, yeah, that's hard to bring them in for Christmas.
And then Sue says she has 5 dogs, Molly, Sadie, Gracie, Blondie, and Phoebe.
And do they all have stockings? Of course they do.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do. See, I'm such a loser. I didn't have one for Pearl. Pearl is 8 years old. We've had her since she was a kitten. Okay. All right. So for this stocking, you're only going to use the hexagon design for the front of the stocking. Okay, look, the back is just solid. All right, so think about that. And we're going to open up our English paper piecing cube. Leslie, have you done English paper piecing?
I haven't, but I want to try it. I want to do what Christine is doing with her project.
Yes, yes, just using up all the scraps.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the English paper piecing cube, and I'm going to give you a big pro tip. Once you cut your pieces, get you one of these cute little AccuQuilt pouches. They're on our website, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and it helps you keep all your pieces together, okay? And it has a cute little zipper pouch, and I'll place in the front, okay? All right, so let's open this up and see what we're pulling out here. So pull the skinny one first. How come, Leslie?
so you don't break your fingernail.
So you don't break a fingernail. Those are really important things to know. Okay, so I'm going to take the cutting mat out. It's a new cutting mat. Ooh. It also has a pattern book. Okay. So the English paper piecing cube is super cool because it has 8 dies, just like the regular cube, but it has 4 shapes that cut paper and 4 shapes that cut the fabric. Okay, because when you do English paper piecing, typically what you're going to do is you have those papers and then you're going to use your glue stick. We have those available on our website, and then you're going to hand stitch them. We built in that 1/4-inch seam allowance, so today I'm going to show you how to sew those hexagons together using a sewing machine, but you could totally do it for paper by hand, okay? So here is shape number 1. It's that hexagon. It has 1-inch finished sides, and this is the shape that I'm going to use today. Okay, so it has 3 on the die board. Okay, so I'm going to pull that one out, and then here's the corresponding paper. Here, I'm going to show you this. Hold on. Okay, Leslie, tell us what's super cool about the paper when we cut it out.
It punches the hole out in the middle so you can pull the paper out from the back.
Yes. Isn't that brilliant? Okay, we're so smart at AccuQuilt. Okay, then the next shape is half hexagons, which I love. Okay, and then it also has the papers for it. So we have hexagons and half hexagons. If you sew half hexagons together, you don't have to make those Y seams. Okay? All right. But Y seams not so bad. I'm going to show you how to make them today. Okay, and then this shape are equilateral triangles. All right? And I'm going to show you because this is super cool. Look at the papers. Look how tiny that is. Okay, here's my fingernail. Okay, that's how little those are. Okay, look how fun that is. All right, and then here is the diamonds. So the 4 shapes are hexagons, half hexagons, equilateral triangles, and diamonds. These diamonds are cut at 60 degrees. Okay, and then here's the paper one for it. I'll show you. Look at how cool that is. So when you're cutting the paper, quilters, I just use regular cardstock. You could use like those cardstock mailers you get in the mail, you know, from the postman, because every day he brings you quilting supplies, right? Okay, so now for this pattern, you need to cut a total of 72 hexagons. But before your quilting head explodes, you can cut 3 shapes, all right, and 6 layers. So Leslie, how much is that?
18.
Good job, okay? Which means you only need to have 4 passes through the cutter and then you're done, okay? So let's cut some pieces. I am going to use my Go today. It's on a 6x6 die board, so you could actually use our Go Me, right, Leslie, and our studio cutter,
with
our
the
Go
right
Big.
adapter.
All the cool things. Are we good there, Mr. Greg? Okay. All right. So the first thing that I did was I measured from here to here. I added 1/4 inch, and I just cut width of fabric strips. Okay? And the reason that I did that is so that I'm not wasting that fabric, right? So here's my strips. And what I'm going to do is I cut the first section, you know, for these. So now I can just keep building it on here. And Leslie, how many layers can we cut?
6.
6. What happens if you try to cut more than 6?
It gets stuck and you won't be happy.
Yes, all of those things are true. Okay? So I want to make sure that the label with the die right there is at my belly. And this is the lengthwise grain. So since I cut with the fabric, here's my salvage edge. This is lengthwise. Listen, nice and high and tight. Now here's the wonky bias edge. Look how much stretch. Okay? Leslie, why do they want to cut on that lengthwise grain?
Because you'll get clean cuts every time.
Every single time. Okay? So what happens if you try to use a die without a mat?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Okay, so I'm going to run it through the cutter. While I'm doing this, Leslie, tell us if people have stockings for their pets.
So Deborah says that her cat Joe knocks his stocking down every year.
Oh, that Joe, he is naughty. That's awesome.
Debbie says that, sorry to say, but her pets have never had stockings.
So, get you the stocking die today, cut them out of felt, sew it together, and ta-da. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Samantha says she has 5 cats and they share a stocking.
Okay, I feel like that's siblings and that wouldn't work at our house. Okay?
And then Diane says her 18-year-old cat has never had a stocking before.
Diane, get the Christmas stocking die today. You have 6 months, right?
Yeah. If you get the English paper piecing cube and the stocking today, the stocking is only $33.
Oh my gosh. And we'll ship it to you free.
Yeah.
If you live in the contiguous U.S.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. And I think you'd qualify for the Go Me. If
300. Is that 300?
Yeah, you would qualify for the Go Me.
See, look at us knowing some stuff. Okay, so I'm going to give it a little bit of love because it is so staticky in here. Nebraska, much of Omaha was without power for many days this weekend. Leslie, did you lose power ever?
I didn't, and I actually slept through the storm. I remember waking up and I said, the wind sounds scary, and then I fell back asleep.
Okay, we didn't lose power, but we stayed up to watch the storm because Mason lives at our house and he had to film it.
Yeah.
And Mason said, it was like 1 a.m. Mason said, Mom, we should make cookies now in case we lose power later.
That's smart, though.
Mm-hmm. So at 1 o'clock, we were baking chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, I had no clue till I woke up, and my husband's like, look out the window. And I'm like, I just want to sleep. He's like, no, look out the window. And our neighbor's tree was down. I was like, oh, is there a storm?
Lots of trees. Lacey, who works for us, just got power last night.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, so now look how fast I cut those. We had a whole conversation, and I cut those. Imagine trying to cut hexagons with a rotary cutter. I have tried it. It would take you so much longer, and the shapes are never going to be perfect. Remember, AccuQuilt is fast and accurate every single time. Doesn't matter if it's the first time you cut, you're going to get thousands of cuts out of our dies, or the the 1000th cut, okay? So I've just cut some of them, and I already have some pre-cut ones, okay? I do love me some hexagons, okay? Now for this project, I'm going to sew my hexagons together using that sewing machine, my sewing machine. You want to make sure that you have a good 1/4 inch foot on it. 1/4 inch matters. But Christina, who's homesick, I bet she sounds like this. Hello. is working on an English paper piecing project, doing hand stitching, right? Mm-hmm. She just took all of her scraps and cut up. Okay, last time she sent me a thing, it was like 700 hexagons she had cut. Okay.
I haven't gotten an update in a while.
Right. So she and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago about how if you were to take your hexagons and you're doing that whip stitch to do English paper piecing, she doesn't know how to roll that knot. And it always kind of creates a big lump there. All hail Tula Pink, okay? Tula Pink has this great video on English paper piecing on how to start sewing your pieces together without rolling that knot, okay? So there's a link maybe in the comment sections on how to watch it. Go to minute 9, and then she goes, here's how you tie the knot, and that's how Christina is gonna do it, okay? And we asked our good friend Tula Pink if we could talk about her, and she said yes, okay? All right, so now all my shapes are cut, and I'm gonna sew them together into columns of 9 shapes, and then 8 rows of this. It's a little bit of a process, okay? Now, here's the most important thing you want to do. You want to mark a 1/4 inch on your pieces. So hold on here. There's a pin cushion. We have a die for that. Okay, hold on here. I'm going to separate these out by color because you're just going to randomly pull them together.
Christina did confirm she does sound like that, by the way.
Thank you, Christina.
And she has 625 hexies basted, but only 18 sewn so far.
Yeah, it takes a minute. Good job, Christina. She said something funny to you this morning. Because I said, I don't think Christina's ever missed a Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, she said, I try not to be sick on Wednesdays. I'm like, if you're going to be sick, it's fine. Like, take a day off.
I just thought that was a great thing. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start marking my pieces And I'm going to mark a 1/4 inch seam. So I really do need my stuff. So I have this little ruler. AccuQuilt doesn't have one yet, but we're working on it, to get a 1 by 6 inch ruler. So what I'm going to do is I get a whole stack of them just like this. And what you want to do is you want to mark. Joe, are we good? Do I need to move it up? I can move it up. Okay. So right here, see this? This little slash line, that's the 1/4 inch seam. So what I want to do is I want to mark it here. See, just like that. And I'm just going to do a few of them because marking them really does take a minute, but boy, you're going to find out that it's going to help you, okay? So here we go. And Leslie, while I'm doing this, tell us what people are they having stockings for their pets?
Lisa says she has no room for pet stockings on her mantle. She has 10 stockings for her girls, their hubbies, and grandsons, all made with a dye.
Good job.
Wanda has made stockings for all of her grand fur babies, which is 9 dogs.
It's amazing. Okay, so last year when we released the Christmas stocking die, my sister Betsy said, "Hey, I see there's a new die for a Christmas stocking. You should make them for our whole family." I said, "Thank you, no." Because holy smokes, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
But I don't know, maybe I will. I made them for Oakley and Aries and Damien last year. I guess I can just continue to go. Okay, so see how I'm doing this, quilters? I'm marking it. And listen, in your quilting head, you're going to say, "Pam, don't mark it, just eyeball it." I promise you it will not work. So again, here's my little 1/4 inch. I'm just marking a little blue. This is a fadeable marker, so I don't care, okay? I can mark on it all I want and it will disappear, which makes you know that you want to finish it, right? Before it fades away, okay? All right, I'm gonna mark 2 more and then I'm gonna show you how to sew these together, okay? All right. All right. Leslie, any more Christmas stocking people?
Yes, Kimberly says she has the stocking die and she's now going to use it to make stockings for her fur babies. It's a great idea to test the die.
Oh, yeah, that is a great idea.
Cindy's dog Rex has never had a stocking, but she wraps his gifts and he knows it's his and he'll rip the paper off of them.
Okay, that's hilarious. Okay.
I wonder how he knows.
I didn't put names on Christmas packages this year because Oakley would open them. Okay, so now I've turned my hexagons the other way. I'm going to mark these 1/4 inch seams. So see, really, you're only going to sew just a minute because what you want is this edge. See how it's open here? That's how you're going to be able to sew your pieces together. We have to sew Y seams. Listen, there's a video on our website about Y seams. It's not hard. Okay? All right. And then Leslie, tell us some more about some things that are on sale right now. If you buy one, get one 70% off.
Yeah, so if you're looking for strip dies, because who doesn't need more strip dies?
Right.
If you buy 2 of those, the second one would be $33.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we talked about that earlier. Like, what size strips would you get?
I'd probably do the bigger ones. I like bigger blocks and chunkier looking things, so.
Yeah, I'd like to do like the 5-inch one, because then you can make charm squares.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I like the 1.5 inch, because if you want to make flange binding, 1.5 and 1 3/4 makes
Perfect time to get those today.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted some more holiday stuff, the Sleigh and Snow medley die and then the Go Holiday medley die.
Yes.
If you bought both of those, the second one would be $18.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So the whole process, quilters, is mark your, okay? Okay. All right, don't forget to share, because I'm going to give away one of our Go Stocking dies. Share it on your personal Facebook page for the chance to win. Morgan's going to choose a winner, and the lovely Leslie is going to announce it at the end of our show. We're also adding a second giveaway for summer. Look, you're going to get one of these great double-sided mats and a rotary cutter. Okay, that's our second one. Okay, so now I'm going to randomly put these together. Oh, maybe I should randomly do that. Okay.
And then
So-
Pam, while you do that though, Michael has a great question about the marker. How do you mark on the dark fabric?
So let's try that and see. The dark fabric's a little bit trickier, but I'm going to show you a trick. Okay, so see, you can kind of see it right here. Okay, but here's what I do. When I'm doing, typically I would mark on both sides. And then when I go to do the dark one, I'm going to put right sides together. It doesn't matter on this. And then I don't have to worry about marking it on the dark one. This is the only color that didn't do it. We also have white markers. They have white markers you can do that with. Okay, so I'm going to sew some together. Let's do this. Not very many. And then I'm going to show you how to sew our columns together. Ooh, I got to take off my shoes.
You would think after so many weeks you'd remember.
I know. At least they're sandals.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks to Justin, look how cute our set design is. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, quilters. I'm going to start right here at that mark, and I have my good 1/4 inch foot. Okay? And I'm going to start, and then I'm just going to back stitch like 1 or 2. Okay? And then we're going to pull this up, and we're going to clip the edges, because here's what I have discovered. Clipping the edges is hard. Because otherwise, if you don't clip the edges, the whole thing just is crazy. Okay. All right, so here we go. So this is just truly how you have to do it. So you just start here. Okay. See, I bet the lovely Erica is so grateful she didn't have to come and sub for me this week while I was on vacation. Okay, let's sew another green one. Okay, so you would just, this is how you sew them. There is no chain piecing, which is my favorite thing to do, because you have to be able to stop and bring it out, okay? But take your time, quilters. It's really important to get that 1/4 inch, okay? And I just cut all my thread. Okay, so now, oh good, I have 6. Okay, let me show you how we do this. So many hexagons. Okay, so today I'm going to use my little wool mat and my shovel iron. This is actually the perfect project for this little shovel iron. It's on our website, yes, Leslie?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take my seams and press them open. Okay, be really careful you don't burn your fingers. That is a screaming hot. Okay, here we go. Okay. And again, it's just going to take you a minute. What I do is I have my little shovel iron and my mat right by my sewing machine. So once I've pressed these open, see, and look how pretty these are, because I did a 1/4 inch seam, I measured, I didn't eyeball it. Quilters' eyeballs are not exact. My ruler is. Okay? So see how I've done that? Okay, so now I'm going to sew these together, right, and make a longer piece, because we need to have rows of them, okay? All right, so let's say why I'm sewing these together. Tell us if people have pets.
Yes, so Pat just said her dog Harley absolutely knows when a bark box comes, and she knows her Christmas presents too.
That is hilarious.
Shannon said she's used the stocking dye to make Halloween stockings.
Oh, okay. Shannon can hang with Leslie and I.
And Christina said she needs to make Oscar a Halloween stocking since he's a little void.
Oh, yes. We all love Halloween here.
Yes.
Yeah, the rest of it. Oh, okay. So look, right here, I didn't mark this one, so I'm going to mark it real quick so I can sew my row together. Yeah, we love Halloween more than Christmas. Is that not true, Leslie?
No, it's 100% true.
Yeah. Leslie has a shirt. What does it say about?
All I want for Christmas is Halloween.
Yeah.
I was wearing that. My husband's like, it's not even Christmas time. I'm like, so it still applies.
It still applies. You can wear it anytime. Okay. All right, so you ready? We're almost ready to sew our rows together. Again, we have a video at AccuQuilt.com that tells you how to sew Y seams. Who was here when I was gone? What's her name? She's Kelly.
Ashton.
Kelly Ashton is like the Y seam guru. If you go to her website, she has tons on how to sew Y seams. She thinks it's fun. I know. Okay, don't forget our promo today. Buy one, get one, 70% off cubes, dies, and cutting mats. Okay, today's the day to stock up on strip dies and cubes, right? So talk about the English paper piecing cube, and if you get the bigger cubes, like the 10 and 12 inch cubes.
So if you get the English paper piecing cube in the 10 or the 12 inch cube, the 10 or 12 inch cube is only $87.
That is amazing.
I know, that's just a steal.
That is. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to continue with this. Okay, so I should have. I'm gonna press this flat. It will help. When you press it, so the seams are open, and then when you add the next rows, you press them flat, and then they lay nice and flat for you. Okay. All right. So here's the concept, quilters. Okay. All right. So I want to sew this seam to this seam. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over just like this. And now look, they're not straight, right? This one's at an angle. And just for the lovely Erica, I am going to mark it here. So I'm going to start from a 1/4 inch here. Now, I don't have to mark it here because look at this. This is a perfect 1/4 inch seam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch from here to where I can feel underneath where that seam is, and I'm going to stop. I know. You can mark them if you want to. I didn't. Okay? So I'm just going to sew, and it's super cool because see right here, you can see, can you get in really close there, Greg? See right here, there's that 1/4 inch that's ended, right? So I'm going to pull this back, and I can see my little stitch right there. Okay? And I'm just going to come right down there to meet that. Again, you got to make sure you have that good 1/4 inch seam. I brought my machine in from home because while the FAF that we use normally is awesome, this is my brother machine and I use it, okay?
And then
every day.
Pam, earlier you mentioned clipping the edges, and someone asked about that. What did you mean by that?
Oh, see, it looks like we've clipped them right here.
Oh, okay.
We just stopped sewing there. And that's why we back stitch so that it doesn't come unraveled. Okay? So now I've sewn this piece to this piece, so I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to take my little hexagon and kind of turn it up so it's in half like this, like a half hexagon. And you can see, I'll show you. You can see how this hexagon matches up with the hexagon behind it. So I know to stitch from here to here, all right, with my 1/4 inch seam. It's very cool. Hey, our videos live on our Facebook page, so you can always come back and watch them. Now, the whole purpose of doing this is to create new fabric. But you could use your cubes to cut up shapes, right, Leslie, to make new fabric for this?
Yeah, you could use any dye you wanted to make new fabric.
Yeah. The Go Big Crazy quilt would be fun.
We have a pattern using that, didn't it? Isn't that the
Yes,
pattern you did last year?
It is.
We have a couple with the Go Big Crazy quilt. Some of the modern stocking uses strip dyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the modern stockings uses from the English paper piecing cube. Yeah. Okay, so look how it's just coming together perfectly. Ta-da. So I'll give it a little press here. So also a couple more seams so you can see how the process goes. But this is how you need to do it. You just need to bring your patience and flip your fabric. And it helps because you're going to take this hexagon and it's going to just be turned in half, like a half hexagon. I'm going to line up my fabric on the back. Okay, so I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to show you the section that's already cut, that I've already sewn. Okay, all right, Leslie, tell us about people and their pets.
We've now changed the topic about making Halloween stockings.
Oh, okay.
And Christina said making them for trick-or-treating would be fun.
Oh my gosh. So last year during COVID, I took the Christmas stocking and I made Easter stockings.
Oh, yeah.
And filled them with candy and stuff for some neighbors of ours who are shut-ins. And because it was COVID and I didn't want them to have to worry, about, germs or anything. And they just loved it. Halloween stockings, I bet there's some fabric for that, Leslie.
I bet you there is. And a lot of people are asking if we have Halloween dyes, and we do have two, the Go Halloween Medley and then the Go Cat and Bats, I think is what it is.
So buy them today, one is 70% off.
Yep, if you buy them today, the Cat and Bat would only be $15.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Get them in time for Halloween. Okay, so see how this is working? I'll hold it up here, Mr. Greg. So see how that's working? Okay, I'll hold it down so Joe can use the overhead. All right, so you would just continue, and it's just gonna work beautifully for you, all right? Now, the whole reason that you're gonna do this is so that you can create fabric, which I've already done, okay? So here is my fabric. I'll put it down, okay? Here's my fabric with all my hexagons, and it was just random, okay? Now, you have a couple of options, okay? Today, I'm only going to cut the foot, okay, not the cuff. I was looking for this die, I didn't know where it went, okay? So what you need is a piece of batting or a backing fabric, okay, a 12 by 18, and then batting. Now, I use super slick iron fusible batting. You could actually do like what Christina did here when she made the pattern. Look how she quilted it. Okay, see? Oh, there we go. Look how she quilted it. She did a great job quilting it. Okay? But I didn't want to, I could, okay? But for today, I just used fusible batting, okay? And you just want to lay it out so it's smooth. Notice I wrote myself a note that says, cut fabric up and cut batting up. Okay, we'll talk about that in just a second. Okay, join Lynn and Eric and I on Tuesday, July 20th. It's my dad's happy birthday. At 12 noon Central Time, it has nothing to do with my dad. We're gonna launch some new dies. Are you listening to me, quilters? It's called Stars and Strips. Be sure and register in the link below. Leslie, why do they want to register?
So then they're entered for our giveaways on Tuesdays.
Yeah, and we're gonna have fun things.
Yes, and then they'll be entered, if they enter for all of them, they'll be entered into the So Hot sweepstakes.
So Hot sweepstakes.
Sorry, I don't say it right.
You gotta do it like that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, So Hot sweepstakes, okay? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is on a 10 by 24 die board, so you can use your Go or your Go Big or your Studio Cutter. And I'm gonna take my pin out, because that would be disastrous, okay? And I'm just gonna go through and make sure all of my stocking is covered. I'm not cutting the cuff, okay? Okay, there we go. Okay, put my mat on top. I'm gonna use my Go fabric cutter. I knew I took it down too soon. It's all right.
Ooh, don't burn yourself.
I did not burn myself, and the jar did not break. Good job, team. Ooh, before I put that in there, make sure there isn't any water. Okay, we're good. Earlier, one of our displays crashed. That was pretty exciting. Okay. All right. So notice I have the fabric side facing up because we have a front and a back to our stocking. All right, so I'm gonna run it through my Go fabric cutter. I love it when we create new fabric and then cut it all up. It's one of my favorite things to do. Okay. Give a little love. So staticky in here. Okay. And look. Ta-da, ta-da. Isn't that, thank you. Isn't that awesome? Okay. So now we're going to cut the backing. Now for this, because we want a front and a back, we want the batting side facing up. Take out the pin. What happens if you try to run it with a pin? Leslie?
I don't know. I've never tried it. I'm sure it would make the machine mad.
I'm sure it would. It'd be cranky. Huh.
Ha 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 ha, punny.
All right, tell us about people and their pets.
I found some. Need to find them again.
No one?
Oh, I have them. I just need to scroll up through the.
It's okay. We're still talking about Halloween stockings.
Yeah, I'm still seeing a lot about Halloween stockings.
That's what I want to talk about.
Susan says her 2 cats get stockings stuffed with catnip as well, and they play with them from the time we put them up until Christmas.
See, so Joe said do it that morning, otherwise they play with them all the time.
Yeah, I would probably do it the morning as well because my cats would destroy the house. Tina says her daughter-in-law bought her the stocking die before Christmas last year, and they proceeded to make 35 stockings for the residents on her wing in the nursing home.
Okay, we're going to give you a good shout out. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Okay, I just almost knocked over the go, I tell you. This is what happens when I go on vacation. Okay, so now look, I have a front and a back. Sorry, I have a front and a back. So I'm going to put right sides together, and I'm going to start here at the top, and I'm going to stitch all the way around our stocking with that 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm going to leave the top open. Okay? All right. I love the idea of Halloween stockings.
I do too.
I might have to make some of those.
I might have to as well with some of the new fabric everyone sent us.
Because we don't have enough Halloween stuff.
No, not at all.
No.
Christy said that she has 2 turtles and her cat, and they all have stockings.
I am such a loser.
But she said,
she
said her kids are another story.
There you go. At our house, if you don't believe in Santa, Santa doesn't bring you gifts.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a big rule.
Katie on our team says that with 2 horses, 3 dogs, and 7 cats and a bird, she wouldn't have enough room for stockings for them all.
Yeah, that's true. She can hang them outside in the barn where the horses are.
Yeah, put hay in them.
Come
I'm sure
on,
they'd love
Katie.
that.
Yeah, what do you have to do during the day?
Janice said that her fabulous Lucy, the Frenchie, has multiple stockings.
Fabulous Lucy.
I saw someone said they made new stockings every year for their pets.
Okay, you're rock stars. Okay? All right, so I've sewn all the way around. Why turn it inside out? Quilters, did you know that all of our live events live on our Facebook and YouTube platforms? You can come back and watch them anytime. So if you're thinking, how did Pam sew those hexagons? You can come back and watch it, okay? All right, so I'm taking my little finger. Notice I did not clip the edges. How come I did not clip them, Leslie?
I don't know. How didn't you clip them?
It's just gentle. It's just a gentle curve. You don't need to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Look at this. I love this, okay? Now, next you wanted to cut the lining. So you're gonna do it the same and sew that stitch around, okay? Don't forget, here's our last chance to share. We're gonna give away one of our Go Christmas stocking dies. Be sure and share that. It's not a Christmas, it's just a Go stocking die. It can be Halloween or Easter. Be sure and share the video on your personal Facebook page for a chance to win. Morgan's going to choose a winner here in just a minute, and Leslie will announce it at the end of our show. Don't forget, we're adding a second giveaway for the summer. Share this video for the chance to win AccuQuilt Quilting Basics Set, which includes a double-sided rotary cutting mat and a rotary cutter. And I'm going to tell you, I use it all the time to subcut my fabric, okay? Do you know that we have a blog? Our blog is a place to find inspiration, tutorials, patterns, sewing tips, and more. Erica and Kaden write our blog. They do a great job. You can meet our go-getters, get to know the team behind our brand, and join in conversations the community is having right now. You can sign up to get instant notifications. That's what I did, because sometimes Erica writes stuff and I just want to read it. Okay, so now watch. Lining, stocking. because you don't want to have the icky, the batting in the middle. You want to have it nice. So the cats, it takes them a minute to get to the catnip. Okay, so I'm just going to slide it right in here. Okay.
We have some suggestions for the Halloween stockings. They
Okay,
said
tell
use
us.
glow-in-the-dark thread for your Halloween stocking.
That is such a great idea.
And then Shannon, who started the conversation, says she hangs them by her Halloween tree.
Okay, the fact that Shannon has a Halloween tree, I bow to her.
Yeah, same.
All hail Shannon. That is awesome. Do you have a Halloween tree?
No, but we have a suit of armor that we have Christmas lights on. He's our nightlight. And so we put him in our door in Halloween. We did that last year, and all the kids were scared of him.
As they should be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now you would put just a 1/4 inch seam around to make sure the ridges come together. And then basically you're going to follow the rest of the pattern to add the hoop or the loop and the batting or the cuff. All right, don't forget our promo today. Buy one, 70% off. Buy one, get one, 70% off. Cubes, dies, cutting mats, $300 or more, we're going to send you a free Go Me. All right? So again, just follow that pattern. It's going to show you how to make this cute little cuff. And then the whole thing is lined, which I think is fabulous. Okay? Join Lynn and Eric and I on Tuesday, July 20th at 12 noon Central Time as we launch some new dies. The theme is stars and strips. Be sure and register in the link below. How come they want to register?
They'll be entered for our lovely giveaways.
Lovely giveaways. We have so much fun on those Tuesday events, okay? All right, did our good friend Morgan choose a winner?
She did.
All right, and Miss Leslie's going to announce it.
Yes.
We need a drum roll, please.
So the winner of the stocking die is Dawn Dominguez.
Don, congratulations. Morgan's going to reach out to you, and we're going to send you the Go stocking die. Make sure you have those 10 by 24 cutting mats.
Yes. Yep.
All right. So first of all, huge shout out to my good friend Leslie for filling in for Christina today, and for the lovely Erica who filled in for me while I was out on my birthday. I had a great birthday. It was very fun. Monday was so hard.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm not looking forward to coming
Monday
back from
was
vacation.
so hard because there was no 11 o'clock, 11:30 lunch, and then a nap. It was really hard, but it was fun. Now, next week, the lovely Christina will be back with us. Hopefully she's feeling better. Okay, now I'm going to make this super fun project using our new sports medley die, okay? However, I realize that some of you don't really want to make a sports themed project. Imagine that. I have some projects that aren't even a sports theme made with the Go Sports Medley die. I know, it's going to be fun. All right, on behalf of our entire
you've missed
team.
our second winner.
Oh, our second winner, I'm sorry. Good thing Leslie's here. Who's our second winner?
Oh, if my computer wants to work. Our second winner of the rotary cutting mat and the rotary cutter is Kat Scribner.
Yes, congratulations, Kat. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, see, this is why Leslie has to be here. Somebody has to be here to keep me in line. Okay, so on behalf of our team, we have Nick, who is off-site, and we have Morgan, who is off-site. Here in the Dream Studio, we have just how many days till baby watch?
Almost 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. We're glad that he was here today when Christina wasn't here today. It's all great. So 2.5 weeks for baby watch. They're having a baby girl. Joe is here, and Greg, and my good friend Leslie. On behalf of our entire team, I'm Pam Heller, reminding you that at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quote more. We'll see you later.